Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Content, hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption. Breathe faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out. Be carefree lately, yeah. Just kicking up daisies. Got one too many quarters in my pockets. Counting like the four-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied laces, yeah. Just tripping on daydreams. Got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nursery and count sheep.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways. And on we'll go. highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways. And on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways. And on we'll go. Over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the U.S. Open live shows, the major championship live shows. If you saw my video, I don't know, a couple days ago, obviously I did the Masters live show. Missed out on the PGA because I was at a bachelor party, but I am back, ready to dive in. Got the Cinny Zinnies, and we got... Now, I'm already a fraudulent streamer, I guess you can say. Prior to me coming on this, it was just cracking open the teas was the about to start kind of video. And here we are with, I don't have any teas today, but tomorrow I will. I have Michelob Ultras right now, which is not my favorite thing in my fridge. But we're here, and we're having Michelob Ultras, so it's fine. So let's dive into the U.S. Open, if you will. We got a couple guys are just finishing. Rory's still not done. He's coming up 18. Man, is this... let's go right into picture-in-picture here. Is this a real leaderboard right now? Is this a U.S. Open right now? We got 262s up there. We're gonna dive into that, obviously. And again, I'm gonna try and get this done in under 20 minutes. Is it 10, 20? I don't remember. We'll see what happens. Hopefully under 20. Otherwise, nobody's going to watch. Nobody's going to watch anyway, but just do it. So we got two 62s. DJ almost had a 62. Somehow bogeyed 18 with a gross shot. Rory's come down 18 right now. He's probably going to stay at 6. But we'll get into all that. So starting from the beginning, first tee shot, Omar Morales, everybody's favorite boy out of Mexico, amateur. And he started off strong. First birdie, leading for a while at 3 under. Finished a respectable, I think, 1 over, 20-year-old amateur. Can't beat that. Very good showing for literally the first guy that hit any tee balls. Next thing I saw, at least highlights of the early wave, JT he was in the early wave, saw him play like a hole and a half, and I knew he wasn't going to win or even do anything. Missed like a 3-footer for birdie on an easy par 5 first, and then trash iron into 2, struggled all day, barely had any TV coverage, still can't putt. His 50-1 odds are justified. I didn't put anything on him. I like JT. Everybody likes JT. If you're an American, I guess. He just does not have it right now, and it doesn't seem to be coming along at all. And then I think, at least Eastern time, it was around 11 o'clock. I think Rickie starts teeing off, and then he gets it going. 5 birdies and 6 holes from 16 through number 3. He started off the back, shoots a 62, only to be followed up 15 minutes later by Xander closing with a 62 as well. Maybe a little fluky in my opinion. He had a couple like long bombs that, I mean, you need some stuff to go your way when you're going to shoot a 62, tie a major championship record, and now tie the U.S. Open championship record. But conditions should be tougher tomorrow, and they're going off in the afternoon. Should be drier. It should have been drier today. But again, we'll get into that shortly. But I just think Rickie's 62 was a little more stable, and I watched probably all of Rickie's round. I didn't see anything that was like, that seems a little fluky. He just in total control the whole day. Xander was too. He shot a 62 for a reason, but there's just a little bit more fluky kind of putts and things going in for Xander, in my opinion. Moving down, obviously Bryson, early wave. Still douche, but great play. Still don't like him, but 67, you can't knock that. And then a couple more guys early round, just figured I'd highlight them. Max Homa showing up in a major championship with a 68. I expect him to contend. We'll see if he makes my power ranking later. We'll see. But followed up by Victor Hovland, John Rahm in the same group, both shooting 69s. Nice. And then probably the most shocking score, potentially of the day, was Tyrrell Hatton shooting a 74 after playing some of the best golf in the world. That was pretty shocking. He was somebody that I picked. Quite a few of my DraftKings lineups had Tyrrell Hatton in there, and a 74 in the morning wave when it was, both waves were easy, but 74 is tough in those conditions, and they're not going to get any easier. Moving in the afternoon, they're not even close to done. There's some guy, what's his name? Let's look at the leaderboard here. Some Sheikh guy from America. He's only through like 14 holes. So, but there's a reason they're still playing, and all the rest of the guys are done. Did Rory finish yet? Yes, he did. Rory finished. Rory bogeyed 18. Come on, dude. Let me see that. We'll dive into it. It's fine. Come on, Rory. What are you doing? Whatever. Get in the afternoon wave. So, obviously, marquee group. We got Brooks, who was just grinding all day. Rory, balling all day. I'm going to guess. I didn't see his last hole coming to the fairway. I'm going to guess he maybe missed a green. I don't know, but he hit every green to that point and was 6 under. And then Hideki, he was just there. He had his gross shirt on as usual, but that was hideous. But whatever, he's starting Japan. He could put whatever. He doesn't have to wear anything, and he'd be the man in Japan. Rhymes, whatever. 2 hole-in-ones on the day. Sam Burns had a hole-in-one. I think some Frenchmen did early on. Same hole. I think it was, what, 15 maybe? That short, like, bowl par 3 that you just spin it behind it and everything rolls back. That's sick. All ones are always fun. Brian Harmon doing scary things. He ended up finishing 5 under. I tweeted this out earlier, it was looking really scary for a while that he may also get to like a 62 or even better for a while. I think I want to say he was 6 under through like 12, and he was playing. Was he playing the easy side? Where is this man? No, he was. He's playing the harder side, so he had to finish up on the back 9. But Dustin Johnson had a real shot at it. But yeah, if Brian Harmon was going to shoot a 62, just cancel the tournament. Like, it's not a legitimate U.S. Open. DJ, speaking of DJ, welcome back to the show, buddy. It looks a little heavier, but obviously still one of the most talented players in the world. He's, early 40s, so DJ could still absolutely do this. And then Phil in a second. Phil Mickelson never ceases to amaze. Had it going early. I think he had it to 3 under pretty early in his round, maybe 4. But he got a little leaky down the stretch, shot a 69. For him, solid. I think he's probably going to finish, I don't know, top 20 wouldn't surprise me at all. I think Phil just has like a lot to show, and he's mad and angry and just being Phil. So good for him. Highlights. So through the early wave, through the afternoon wave, my big takes on this, again, Omar Morales, that first tee shot, maintaining it for a while, and then just being there. Good for him. Other highlights, obviously, Big Dick Rick, and this is when everything really started popping off around like 2:30 Eastern time. Everything was going wild. That's when the first hole of 1 in. Hovland like holes out from 180 yards in the fairway after that. Scotty gets to 2 under, birdies 3 of 4 holes, and Rickie Fowler birdies 4 in a row. So 2:30, things started popping. It became really U.S. Open-like, and it just got, not even just U.S. Open-like, it had that major drama going. Obviously, Rickie and Xander are the stories of the day, shooting records. 62 for U.S. Open. It's tough when you have 2 of them, when you've never had one on U.S. Open before, which goes back to the course. A little too easy. Granted, they don't control the weather. I'm sure they thought it was going to be drier, it was going to firm up throughout the day, and it just didn't happen. So basically, I'm sorry, I don't have anybody else to take any talking points away from me, so I'm going to have to just drink Michelob Ultras as I'm going, because I'm sorry. If anybody wants to join me and do a podcast with me, let me know. But yeah, so overcast like the entire day, never cleared up, never saw the sun out, no shadows the entire day. And it just led to easy conditions. Everything was soft, everything was spinning. You don't get that like that crispy like pop when you know it's dry. It was just, everything was ripping back, too easy. And I was going to say, okay, you can't really change the course now because it's going to be unfair for the guys that had to go out in the afternoon. But at this point, and this takes me right into more course conditions, that was not a U.S. Open round 1. I mean, we've had those before, but not to that extent where it plays that easy. Let's see. Let's go picture in picture a little bit. Let's see how many guys are actually under par. So we have 39 guys are under par. That's sickening. 39 out of 155, 156. So that's what, a quarter of the field's under par. Even more than that, 55 or even or better. That's a tough look for a U.S. Open. What I was saying is, since both waves had it easy, fire it up tomorrow. Do whatever you got to do. Make it a circus. I don't care. I want players whining. I want them bitching. Make it a circus. Just go at it. That's when it makes it fun. When, at least for the fans, I'm sure not fun for the players if you make it just like Mickey Mouse pin conditions, and I don't know what else you can do if it doesn't burn off the clouds, the sun doesn't come through tomorrow, this is going to be a tough U.S. Open looking back on. But they got to do something. That's all I got to say. They got to let it go tomorrow and just open things up best they can. I'm sure the LACC members don't love whatever's happening right now. So that's my summary for the course conditions today. What I want for tomorrow, just let it rip. Couple other highlights are, what else? Obviously, we talked about Rickie and Xander. Sam Bennett. He finished up a little slow. What did he get to? Finished at 3 under. He bogeyed, I think. Yeah, he bogeyed his last 2 holes. He was at 5 under. But there's something about this kid. I tweeted this earlier too. I think he's got those like Willie Z vibes. He's like a big game hunter. He shows up when it matters. And I think if he can stay healthy, he's got a similar action as Will Zalatoris, being a physical therapist. I don't see it holding up for that lumbar spine, just the way that whips around. It's a great way to have some herniated discs. Ask Will Zalatoris. That's all I got to say. But like I talked about this in the Masters, he says he's fine. He can control it. He's been doing this his whole life. When you're young, you're making money, sure. But if you want to play for an extended period of time and you don't want to go through a ton of pain, I would suggest being a TPI expert, being a physical therapist. I would say switch things around a little bit, maybe, just for your longevity in the game of golf. If you want any help, Sam, you're never going to ask me. But if you see this, let me know. I'll help you out. Anyway, so that's about all I got for round 1. They're still finishing up. Let's go down through the leaderboard a little bit. So we got top guys, Rickie Fowler, Xander, 8 under. I'll just talk about who's not going to win. Wyndham Clark's not going to win. Brian Harman, not going to win. Paul Barjon, not going to win. Harris English, Sam Bennett, not going to win. Solomon, Wu, Ryan Fox, Alejandro Del Rey. I keep going on and on and on. I see who can challenge a little bit. Obviously, these two, at least the ones that aren't in the top right now. So I think Max Homa will challenge. He'll continue to play well. Going down the leaderboard, Joaquin Neiman, what's up? I don't think so. Tony Finau. Anybody else that's going to come back? John Rahm. I could absolutely see him shooting like 65 tomorrow, getting up there. Phil, you never know. Cam Smith could get hot with a putter. Anybody else that scares me? Anybody else? Not scares me, but that I think could be strong tomorrow. What did Brooks did? Brooks, to shoot a 71, I think he's going to shoot, if his over-under is a 66.5 tomorrow, he's going to shoot 66 or better, in my opinion. If he could just figure out anything at all, like off the tee and into greens, he'll be fine. The fact that I don't know what his stats were. I didn't see it, but he was all over the place off the tee, all over the place from his second shots in, because he had to chop out a couple times and just was not in a good position. So I think a 71 for Brooks today is a great score for him. And I think he could be right back up there tomorrow, maybe get it to 3-4 under and see what you do for the weekend. But, yeah, I think he really scrapped it together, and obviously impressed by what Brooks Koepka did today. I'm sure it's not what he wanted, but he could look back and know that he could easily be, 5 over. So, good for him. I like Brooks. Let's finish off. Get into my power rankings. So, number 5, Rickie Fowler. Is that crazy? Because he shot 8 under par? He's in first place? No, because it's round 1, and I think they're going to light it up tomorrow, or at least they hope they do. I hope they do, like I said. Number 4, Rickie and Xander are 5 and 4. I've seen it enough from Xander that I just don't see him winning. He should, but he's been here so many times and he's never done it. That's why I have him at number 4. Until you prove it, same thing for you, Rickie. Until you guys prove that you can do it, you're not getting in that top 3. Number 3, major champion, Dustin Johnson. Gross bogey on 18. Like 30 yards left of anybody else that I think the broadcast said it too. He was way left on 18, farther than anybody else they saw. But he's at number 3 for me, major champion. I think he's another live guy that if he wants to play, he can play. He doesn't care about live like anybody else does. But, yeah, number 3, Dustin Johnson. Number 2, he's a little down the leaderboard, but you can't count him out. He started feeling with the putter a little bit today, I think. Scotty Scheffler. He's at 3 under par. If he gets it going a little better off the tee into greens and keeps making putts, he's going to shoot a low round tomorrow as well, I think. If it does become a ball striking bonanza and you have to be perfect and it's not as much about putting, we know Scotty's the ball striker supreme in the world right now. So I think it sets up for him, and I think he's still in a good spot. He'd like to be better. I think he missed a 3-footer on 18 for par, which could have made it 4 under, but I think he's in a good spot. And then numero uno, how many times are we going to do this? How many times are we going to do this to us, my friend Rory McIlroy? Let's get it done. He's 5 under par, another one that bogeyed 18. So him, Dustin, and Scotty, my top 3 power rankings, all bogeyed their last hole of the day, which is tough, but come on, Rory. T5 right now. Only guys ahead of him are Brian Harmon, see you later, DJ, Wyndham Clark, get out, Xander, and Rickie. So you got 1, 2, 3 real people ahead of you. So that's that. I'm looking forward to what they do tomorrow with the course. It can't play like it did today. It just can't for a U.S. Open. We don't need people at 20 under par winning the U.S. Open. They will not allow that to happen. Like I said, they'll turn it into a Mickey Mouse circus before they let that happen. So I'm excited for tomorrow. Check back in. I'll be putting out some little clips. And if anybody wants to join me, if anybody wants to chat, let me know. But that's round 1 for the quote-unquote U.S. Open. Wasn't much of one today, but I'm excited for the rest of the week. We had some of that juice during the day. It felt like a major championship, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to see what happens for the rest of the week. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow night, Friday. No more Michelob Ultras. We're going with the teas tomorrow. I can promise you that. And have a good night, and see you guys tomorrow. Peace.